do it. Perfecto. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm so excited that you guys are all here. And I'm just super excited to just dive in on this thing. Are you give me a thumbs up if you're like ready to just dive into this. Sweet. So if you're just hopping on, grab a pen and paper, get some water. We might get sweaty having these conversations. Don't worry, we're not going to do any burpees. But you're definitely going to be taking some notes. So we're going to do some verbal shares. So if your camera is not on, if you could please turn your camera on so we can see your beautiful face, and then that way you can be present. If you
How do I
can't,
turn my
for some
camera on?
reason, that's totally okay. You should just be able to tap the little camera icon. Do you see it down there at the bottom? Wendy maybe can like request to have you turn on your. Oh, almost. Hi, Corey. Hey, there it is. All the faces.
Trying to get
Awesome.
through
Okay,
something.
amazing. Perfect. So get ready to play full out. If you are watching the recording, please take notes and then submit your responses to the stuff that we talk about to your coach so that we can support you in all of your goals and all of those things. So, intention tonight, this is all about you. Okay. It's about figuring out what your next level goals are after this 21-day roller derby workout experience, right? Because, I mean, how many times have you guys done like a fitness program or like, I don't know, a nutrition thing or like a workout thing? And then at the end, you're kind of like left to your own devices. Have you guys ever been there before? And you're like trying to figure out like, okay, well, now what's the next thing? And then a lot of times what happens is people end up falling off and they end up losing all the results that they got. So the intention of tonight is really just to give you guys clarity on exactly what you want to achieve and then figure out what do you need in order to make sure that you achieve those goals. Sound good? I'll take a thumbs up if you're down for that. Awesome. Okay, cool. So you guys know I like to start out on a positive note. So let's start with some wins. So right now, and you can jot these down. I'm going to have everybody share. Okay. I want you to think back on the last 21 days on some of the good stuff that's happened. So I want two types of wins. I want a roller derby win. Like maybe you felt stronger at practice. Maybe you were less out of breath during a 2-minute jam. Maybe you were more solid in a wall. And then I want like a non derby victory, whether it was more energy, better relationship with food, less anxiety, less stress, feeling like you have more mental clarity. Maybe you lost or gained weight depending on what your goals were. So, what are those wins? So, we'll do one derby and one non derby. So, start thinking. And we're going to go around. I'm just going to go in the order that I have all. Let's see, is this everybody? Let me see if I can see everybody at one time. I think so. No one disappears. I don't think so. Okay, I think everyone's on. Nope, there's one person on the second screen. All right, there we go. I got it. I got it. Cool. So let's go like this. We'll go Kelly, Bronte, Tanya, Robin B, Lynn, Corey, Robin M, Amanda, Jessica, Amy. Okay. All right, let's go for it. Kelly, give us your win, my dear. One derby, one non-derby.
How did I get the top square at Hollywood Squares, guys? I don't know. But okay, so my derby win is joining this challenge, being such a newbie to the sport, just starting in April and just coming in, even though I had done the rookie class, this gave me a lot more confidence to kind of take my fails and do my best and embrace the fails, which then led me to be kind of rostered up in last night's scrimmage. So I was really, really happy about that, just being so new. And then my non-derby win was really, I hated yoga coming into this. I literally skipped our one yoga session as a derby team because I am not flexible, any of that stuff. And now it's kind of my favorite thing because after this, I did all of that athlete yoga and my body felt so much better because I do a lot of weightlifting. So now I'm a yogi, I would say.
Yeah, like I always say, I'm not a yogi. I just stretch a lot.
And I need
That's
to.
awesome.
So that's my win.
Amazing. Congratulations. Cool. Bronte, go for it, sweetie.
So my derby win, I guess they kind of go hand in hand, but I got so much better on my toe stops over the last practices in the last 21 days. And I think it kind of goes hand in hand with my non-derby win because my non-derby win is just total a mental shift that happened during the last 21 days. And so I think the reason why I got better on my toe stops is because I let go of that fear of trying. And yeah.
That's amazing. It's crazy, right? Like when we let go of that attachment, and Kelly kind of said it too, when we let go of that attachment to like doing it right, then all of a sudden you like have permission to just try.
Yeah, exactly. And
Nice.
letting go of that fear of like, oh no, what if I fall down and everyone laughs at me? It's like
Yeah.
past 21 days, I don't care. I fell down a lot and
Yes.
now I'm so much better.
That's amazing. That's actually where my name came from. It wasn't because I was like making other people crash. It was just because I would just go full out and just do stuff and just eat shit, and I just didn't care. All right, go for it. Tanya, then Robin.
Hey, my derby win would definitely be that I just felt stronger and like had better endurance during practice,
Mhm.
which was very great. I loved. And my personal win, like even though I sucked at posting, I really liked having that time to just do those workouts for me. And just, I mean, I'm a mom of five. Having a little bit of time that I forced myself to do stuff for me was a big win. So
Nice. Yes. Prioritizing ourselves, especially as moms, is like so huge, right? Because we get that like that mommy guilt. I don't get mommy guilt because I'm not a mom, but I know I've worked with many people. Sometimes I have dog guilt where like, I should take my dog to the beach and walk them, but I need to go to the gym. So I totally understand from that standpoint. That's amazing, dude. Congratulations. All right, Robin and Lynn. Oh, sorry, Robin B and then Lynn.
Okay.
I saw
Sorry,
Robin M come off. She's like, I'm ready.
my beagle literally just started to have a meltdown as this happened. But in roller derby, I would say I just learned to trust myself more.
Mm.
I always think I'm doing the right thing, but then if somebody else does something different, I like hesitate and second guess if that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I would say that, and my one-on-one blocking is definitely getting better. Um, Non-roller derby, I would say nutrition, like even just tracking, even if I'm not currently always eating the right food, just tracking it is making me so much more aware of what I'm eating. And the app, like I can go in and look at like the protein and all the things ahead of time to know if like if I eat this versus this, like which one am I getting higher protein on?
Yep.
And I did 100 burpees, which I didn't think that I could do. We all did it, which is super
You
exciting.
guys
When
did
you
it.
said do 100 burpees, I was like, this is not going to happen. So those are the things. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, and I love what you said about nutrition too, because the first piece of it really is awareness. It's like we can't do anything unless we're aware of what we're doing. And so for you to, yeah, just even to be aware of like, well, how much protein am I getting enough? Where are the highest sources? It's such a fundamental foundational piece of it. And you did 100 burpees. Hell yeah. Yes, I love it. All right, Lynn, Corey, Robin M.
All right. So my roller derby team's in the off season, so I've really been able to just focus in on this. But like my win for derby is I'm feeling ready when we start up next week with practices to just crush it.
Awesome.
My non-derby win is I realized for like the past few days I've just been in a better mood and feeling better. So I think all of these pieces kind of coming together are just like elevating my mood and making every day a little bit better, which I didn't expect.
That's amazing. Yeah, it is. It's like it's those fundamental pieces when they all come together. You're just like, oh, like we kind of call like health like a meta habit. Like when you raise that, it's like everything else just becomes easier. You know? It's like a what's the word? It's a minimum skill. It's one of the minimum skills of life. Awesome. All right, let's go Corey and then Robin and Amanda, could you guys just mute until it's your turn? I think there's a little background noise.
I'm having some issues with
Oh,
my
yeah.
Zoom app, so I apologize. And I'm actually in a giant shopping complex, so
That's okay.
I'm trying to like mute it
Not touch
myself.
it.
My controls are all fucked up. So
Okay,
if you
I
can,
think Wendy can. There we go. Wendy gotcha. Thanks, Wendy. Perfect.
There we go.
All right, go
Okay,
for it.
I was
Great.
having the opposite problem. I couldn't like re-unmute my button, but we're good now. My like Lynn said, my derby team is currently in the off season. I've still been trying to be on my skates at least like a couple times a week just to work on laterals and stuff. I feel faster when I am skating, and I notice like my legs don't hurt anymore like they used to. Like I don't get shin splints. I'm not like hobbling around for days after. I feel so much stronger and so excited for us to be starting again in a couple weeks too. Um, Non-derby stuff, since doing this challenge. I went from consuming like under 100 calories to hitting my marks with everything.
Amazing.
I have so much more energy now, and I'm doing like daily workouts. Like I almost get frustrated with myself if I can't, and then I double up on the next day because I'm like, I got to get that workout in. It's just like mentally doing so well for me right now.
Amazing.
I'm definitely more in tune with my nutrition than I was before. I was just kind of like, oh, I eat healthy. When I actually started tracking it, I was like, oh, no, I don't. I don't even eat enough. No wonder I'm tired all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then this challenge really helped me build better mental toughness just to get out of my own head and stop with the negative self-talk of I can't do this or I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty amazing just to see how when that changed, how much I actually could accomplish, like the 100 burpees. Um,
Yeah.
and also the biggest thing for me was I was hoping to gain the confidence to actually register for provincial team tryout, and I'm happy to say that I finally did. Tryouts are coming up soon, so we'll see how that
Amazing.
goes. But yeah.
That's so exciting. Yeah, like when you're treating your body like an athlete, you feel like an athlete, and then you have the confidence of an athlete, you know? That's amazing. And congrats on the shin splints. That's such a game changer. Like, get those out of here. That's awesome.
They're awful.
Hell yeah. All right, Robin, we're gonna unmute you, I think. Or request to unmute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
So first off, I do have to apologize because like I'm with my family on vacation and we're supposed to be like driving right now, but I'm the only one that can drive the rental car. So I'm making them wait. They're like killing time. So yeah. Derby wins. Holy fuck. I had so many. Because I'm such a newbie and this has given me so much confidence. Um, on Thursday night when I had practice, I did a one knee fall and I was able to pop back up without using my hands, which for me, like I've never done that before. I have no core strength. Well, I had no core strength. And I remember one of the first practices, I tried doing the one knee fall and couldn't get up at all. And I had to crawl across the arena to the board, like pull myself up like a fucking idiot. And yeah, so that was huge. My crossovers, I'm actually like able to do a crossover now. What else did I do? Oh, one of my main goals with I apologize, I'm rambling because I don't have my notes with me. But one of my main goals when I signed up for this was to be able to have enough confidence and to improve my skills to play in the freshie scrimmage. And I was told last week that I can. I'm playing in that scrimmage and I'm so fucking scared. But it's going to be awesome. And yeah, I can't wait. So that is a huge win for me. And so all of those things combined have given me the confidence on the track and off the track. I find that I even hold myself different. Like I have better posture. I'm stronger. I'm eating so much better and tracking my food and preparing everything. It's yeah, I don't even know who the fuck I am anymore. It's such a change. And I just thought I'd be a bit stronger after the 21 days, but yeah, it's been phenomenal.
Yeah. A game changer. Can you imagine where
Oh,
you would be like a year from now if you kept that momentum up? Like,
well, I hope to. Yeah, that's the thing. I really hope to. And
that's
I can
awesome.
already see myself like next July playing in Fresh and
Yep.
Furious and being strong and all of those things. So yeah,
Yes.
it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Amazing. Congratulations, dude. It's so exciting. All right, Amanda, Jessica, and then last but not least, Amy.
Hi. Okay. So my Derby win, I am in off season right now, but I did go skating one time and I noticed that I wasn't shaking after like an hour of skating. I was able to hold my Derby stance a lot longer and I didn't feel tired. So I think that's a win. And
That's
then
huge.
my non-derby win, I kind of briefly touched on this on my Facebook post, but my non-derby win was my mentality of like how I view myself. And I noticed that I am not like comparing myself to other skaters. I'm not, wondering why I am not at this level. Instead, I have like completely changed the way I think about myself because these workouts were giving me a reason, to keep going. And so I really feel like my mindset just completely changed. And now I'm just focusing on what I need to do to get to where I want to be.
That's amazing. And you know what's the fun part about that is then you get to have more fun.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, it's like we want to be better and we want to make the team, but it's like we want to have fun. And you get to do that when you're not comparing yourself to everyone else. That's awesome, Amanda.
Absolutely.
Congrats, my dear.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Jessica and Amy.
Hello. So, from a derby's perspective, we're like in the off season right now, so I haven't really got to test my derby skills, but I did notice when I went on a trail skate last week that I wasn't as exhausted. I went like 15 kilometers and I felt like really stable on my skates, and I had to like
Nice.
do the dodging on like it was like a wooden bridge, and I was like able to hold my stability, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. I'm actually like feeling it, and my core felt really tight too, so I wasn't like loose and stuff, so that felt really good.
Amazing.
Non-derby perspective, I work in a really physically demanding career. I'm actually at work right now, so I just noticed like I was able to do jobs quicker and like was less like finding that I didn't have like I wasn't like losing strength while I was like doing heavy lifting and stuff. So I was just feeling like way better. Actually, I was like, wow, I was able to crush that job in like 2 hours instead of taking all night to do it because I'm just feeling my body better, and that's great.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like being an athlete isn't just about being an athlete on the track. It's like how that translates into every area of your life. That's so cool. Hell yeah. All right, Amy, bring us home.
All right. So derby wise, I would say my agility with tracking and even my plow stops, being able to move quicker and getting into my edges has been a game changer in the last couple of like this last week's worth of practices. And then I even just yesterday had one of the girls at practice comment, she's like, are you lower than normal? Because we usually pair up. And she's like, you're getting really low and I can't get around you right now. So that was really exciting.
Amazing.
And then for outside of derby, I would really be just the progress over perfection mentality, the consistency. I've worked with nutrition coaches in the past, and it was you count every single macro, and if you're not within like 5, you're pretty much failing. And it was exhausting. And now I feel like I can be sustainable. I can do this long term and hit the goals. And I really realized how I was not eating near the amount of vegetables that I thought I was once I got back into tracking those things comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah, like the awareness of it, 100%. That's awesome, dude. And it's so cool. Like, did anyone else have that experience too? Of like when someone else notices, like, what have you been doing? Like, are you that low? Like, what's happening? You're just like, yes, it's happening. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. Well, congrats, you guys. And thank you, everybody, for sharing. So, like I said at the beginning, we're going to be taking some notes, setting some goals. So, grab your pen, grab your paper. If you need to run and get it, that's okay. So we're going to take some notes just to get you guys like now that you're clear on what you can celebrate. Now the important question is, do you have a clear goal? Okay. So I'm going to put 3 questions in the chat, and these are 3 questions that we're going to just have you journal on really quick. So first question is, and I'll put them in the chat also, what do you want to create in your health and your derby game in the next 4 months? Okay. What do you want to create in your health and your derby game in the next 4 months? Second question is, what do you need in order to reach those goals? And then the third question is, why are you willing to fight for these goals? Okay, so I'm going to put these in the chat. Oop, I'm not going to private message them to Wendy because then no one else can see them. There you go. So really think about these. Okay, so as you jot some stuff down, I want you to just imagine that you've bumped into me 4 months from now in a coffee shop. Okay, what would have happened to you in your derby game, in your health in those 4 months for you to like run up to me and just be like, oh my God, Krash, I am so proud of what I have accomplished. Like, I have to tell you what I did. It's so freaking awesome. Okay. So as you write these down, like kind of like we did for wins, like I don't just want like surface level goals though. I want to hear like the specific derby goal. I want to hear I made the roster on the A team. I love those goals. I want to hear things like I am able to do transitions at speed, right? But also consider that those are also surface level goals. Okay. So give me those goals, but don't just give me those goals. I also want to hear like the thing behind the thing, which means like if you're inevitably you're going to make the roster, right? But if you can get to the point where you can step confidently on the track, how does that change your relationship with derby when you feel like a trusted member of a team? How does leveling up your health and fitness change your game off the track, right? Like Jessica said, how does it change your career? How does it change your relationship with yourself? How does it change your relationship with your significant other? How does it change your relationship with your kids, right? Like the way that you start to act and react in your life, right? The energy that you have. Maybe you have less anxiety because you're taking care of your mental and physical health. Maybe you feel like more of a confident, badass athlete in your own skin, right? Maybe there's other physical activities outside of derby that you wish you could do, but you hold yourself back. Think of those things too, okay? Like really think about the things that make a big impact on how you feel, on your family, on your relationships, on your career, because a lot of people are chasing a roster spot and they think, oh, when I get on the team, I'll be happy, right? Who's ever thought that? Oh, when I pass minimum skills, I'll be happy, right? But the thing that you have to really get, I see the hands go. The thing you have to get is that you're chasing the feeling that comes along with the roster spot, okay? You're chasing the extra energy. You're chasing the mental clarity. You're chasing the confidence. And believe it or not, the roster spot actually doesn't matter, right? Because when we hyper focus on whether we're making the team or passing minimum skills, we get blinded by the fact that it's so minuscule compared to the actual impact of having that kind of joy in your life, and that is accessible to you at any moment, whether you make it or not, right? So really dig deep on these. Take a second, jot some stuff down, and just really consider like what's possible for you. Not what you think you could accomplish, right? But like really thinking about what it is that you want if you could lay it out, right? Because for a lot of us, it's like, okay, well, we can either keep repeating the same patterns over and over again, or we can get a little resourceful so that we can finally have those long-term results, right? And as comfortable as it is, sometimes we just have to say, screw it and make it happen, right? And so sometimes doing things on our own is not necessarily, well, it may feel more comfortable, but it's inevitable that we start reverting ourselves back, okay? So really ask yourself at the end of the journey, is this just another thing that you did? Or is this like the game changer that you look back 10 or 15 years from now and you've been playing roller derby forever, right? And you're like an entirely different human because you drew the line in the sand moment, okay? So I would love to hear some of these shares from you guys. So I'm going to give you guys a couple more minutes though to just finish everything up, okay? And for those of you guys that it felt challenging during this 21 days, I promise you it actually does get better. But the deal is it's not going to work unless you work. Okay, you have to do the work. You have to keep choosing to show up, right? Like you're going to get where you want to be, but it's going to be a daily activity. It's not one grand gesture for 21 days, but it's showing up day in, day out, day in and day out. That's where you get what you want if you choose yourself daily. Okay. So it's committing that you're going to do these things for years. And this is the reason that it's really crucial. This is like a really crucial phase for you guys right now, because this is where most people completely fall off, especially most other types of fitness programs, right? Because that's where This is like kind of the thing that pisses me off about the industry in general, is because a lot of times these programs are like, oh, 90 days this or 12 weeks that. And then they're like, hey, bye, thanks, see you never. Good luck with your life. Hope you find some next thing, right? And then you're left to your own devices and you have no support and you're trying to figure it out. And you're like, where do I go from here? And I don't have a plan. And that's why most people, when they're on some kind of a fitness journey, they end up losing everything that they worked so hard for. And I don't want you guys that to happen to you. Okay. So what do you want to create? Right? Let's get really, really clear. Have your notes ready. We're going to go around. We're going to do some shares. But before we dive in, I'm going to be super transparent with you. Okay. Everything that you've learned in this challenge, you could have Googled. You could have gone on my Instagram and found some workouts. You could have gone in our Facebook group and listened to some mindset stuff. You could have gone on my YouTube, you name it. Like, you could have gotten this information for free. So why didn't we do it until now? Right? Like, why didn't you take action until now? Why did we finally start taking consistent action over the past 21 days? And the reality is because we need support. We need to be surrounded by people who lift us up on a regular basis. We need people who are going to hold us to a higher standard than we hold ourselves. Who felt that in the last 21 days of like literally being pulled along by the team, right? Because here's the thing. It takes 21 days just to form a habit. And that's really just practicing something until you start to get it right. And that's what you guys did over the last 21 days. It takes 4 to 6 months to really solidify a habit and start turning it into a lifestyle, which takes another 6 months to a year, right? That's practicing something long enough that you can't imagine getting it wrong. And that's what most people miss, is they go, well, I've got the habit, but they don't realize that their habit is like this teeny little baby plant that's just barely sprouted out of the ground, where it just has like the 2 little leaves, you know, and then the rain comes and just washes it all away. So we need to get those roots really, really deep. And that's practicing something until it's engraved into your soul, until it's the identity of being an athlete. Like, really think about it and just close your eyes for a second, right? And just think about how it would feel to just wake up with ease and energy, to eat foods that you know are going to fuel you for practice, to work out in a way that you know is going to level up your game, so that when you're stepping on the track, imagine it, you feel so strong and so confident, right? And you're living your life in a way that you know you're being an example for your team, you know you're being an example for your family. That's what I want for you. Okay, you can open your eyes. Not just another 21-day workout challenge that you did and then you left and lost it all. Because here's the thing is, I can give you an exact individualized strategy, the workouts, the nutrition mapped out for you perfectly. But when life starts lifing, right? And probably at some point over the last 21 days, did anyone's life on them a little bit in the last 21 days? Right? And then motivation wears off and your schedule starts to get busy and summer starts to like creep in with all these things. There's vacations. It's easy to overindulge. It's easy to not do your training. It's easy to throw in the towel. And then without having the consistency and the accountability with your mindset shifts, you go right back to where you were. Okay. And I say this because I want to be straightforward and honest with you. I see it time and again. I mean, seriously, think about it. How many times have you gone and done things on your own, and then in a month from now, you hit a stall, and the next thing you know, you need support again, right? So why even risk that happening, right? So we can guarantee your support moving forward now, okay? This is why, for me personally, straight up, I hire coaches in every area of my life. I have health and fitness coaches. I have a health and fitness coach that works with me on my nutrition, that holds me accountable. I know what to do, but I like having someone just tell me what the fuck to do, because it's so much easier, right? You know, I have business coaches, I have life coaches, I have dating coaches, like any area that I want to break through and I want to lean in, I am like, find me the best person for that and I will pay you, and you just tell me what to do. Put me in, coach, tell me what to do. Because the reality is, as busy athletes and women and some of us moms, like we don't have enough mental bandwidth for it, right? Because there's so much constantly to think about, like whether it's, is there a dentist appointment coming up? Did I pay that bill? Did I do this? When's the next scrimmage? Am I getting enough attendance? Right? And so it's like, you need someone to do all that stuff so you don't have to add one more thing. It takes the thinking out of it. Like, I don't have to do anything except take action on what I'm told to do in the areas that I want to break through. Okay. So I just want to be clear for you guys. I want success to be so obvious that all you have to do is show up. So with that, let's get some clarity. Let's figure out exactly what you guys want to create. So let's start with some shares. So who wants to go first? Or maybe we'll do it. We're going to do it in backwards order. Hang on. We're going in backwards order. We'll go Amy, Jessica, Amanda. And so when you're going to share, think about those 4 questions, right? Where do you want to be in the next 4 months? What do you need to get there? And why is it worth fighting for? Go for it, Amy. Oh, Amy,
Okay,
she might need a little. There we
Sorry.
go.
So in the next 4 months, I want to be confident stepping onto the track. I want to be able to get past modified contact scrimmages, get to sea level. I want to not have this constant feeling of like being kind of sheepish. And it's not just on the track. It's in my personal life, it's in my career, it's in social settings. I might kind of switch the why and the what. Why I want this is honestly because if I'm told I just need to work on my confidence in every aspect of my life, I'm going to lose my mind. But because also 15-year-old Amy is still a part of me, and I've been through too much to not become the person that I always wanted to be when I grew up, and who I still want to be, and do the things that I've always wanted to do.
Amazing.
To get to this goal, I'm going to continue incorporating the circuit trainings. Not my strength, and that was really part of joining this. The mill preparation, my league, I'm a part of like the rec league for the wreckers. We have what's called the rally, which is it's the wreckers allies, and it's an experienced player with a newbie. And
Amazing.
I want to work with reaching out and utilizing my rally more and being less awkward about it, and participating in the team events when I don't always feel like I'm a part of the team because I'm not a bouting wrecker.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Awesome. I love it. So solid goal. And it sounds like a big thing for you is just really needing that accountability, support, and structure.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. Jessica, Amanda, Robin, M.
So I'm still kind of a derby baby. I've only played like 3 or 4 games. So like this in the next 4 months, I would love to be able to like be a jammer for a whole game. I've only jammed like a couple times in a game. So like to be a dedicated jammer and to be able to do it without getting burnt out, like and play a whole game. So that would be like an ultimate goal, and work on my derby day nerves and all the stress that comes with it. Because I find on bout day, I eat horribly. I like lounge around on the couch because I'm like so nervous. My anxiety's high and stuff. So like that's something that I really want to work on is like getting in the mood and like eating better and feeling my body properly, because I know what my body can do when I feel it properly now. So I'm like, yeah, I know what it can do now. So and then like I really want to work on making healthier choices and making it a lifestyle and not just like a small habit that it's been in the past where I do it for a couple of days. And then I'm like, oh, well, we did it for a couple of days, so we're pretty good now. So changing my whole like lifestyle around to continue this, because I know how much better it's made my life. And then I'm willing to fight for this goal because I love derby and I love who it's made me. Just like the people that I've surrounded with, it's just really been like, I don't know, I'm meeting all you people. I don't know. It's just like been really like inspiring to see everybody else's journey. And I'm like, I just like wanting to be a jammer so badly, I think also plays into that perspective. And I really want to be like an asset to my team. So if I can work on myself to be a better player for my team, that's going to be great.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. And it sounds like it's all tied together, right? Like having that lifestyle feeds into you treating yourself like an athlete, even on game day, and like showing up knowing that you are a jammer and that you're going to kick so much ass. Yeah. Amazing. I love it. All right. Amanda, Robin, and Corey.
Okay, so what I want to create in my health and my derby game in the next 4 months. Well, the first thing is that I want to stay active to be as healthy as I possibly can be. Not just for derby, but for my everyday life. So I do have a chronic illness. So I'm already battling my own body every single day. But I feel like the more active I stay, the less flare ups I have throughout the day and throughout the weeks, right? So since I started being active, um, I have had very few flares. So that is my one of my biggest goals. And alongside that, I would like to make the A team with my league that I'm with right now. And we're in off season, so that's kind of, going into the new season, I would like for them to tell me, hey, we really want you as part of our team. And, I think that would just be amazing to hear. Um, and so the second question, what I need in order to get to that goal, I think by being as consistent as I possibly can, by following my planned workouts, following my meal plans that I lay out for myself, and just being consistent will help with not only that, but other aspects of my life as well. With, my day-to-day routines that I have started these habits that have now made it into an actual routine, right? So just consistency overall, I think is going to help with both of those goals. And why am I willing to fight for this? Because it's time that I invested in myself. I'm always putting myself last. I'm always worrying about everyone else and other people's, interests and well-being. And I just kind of overlook myself. So yes, I started this for Derby, but let's be honest, derby isn't forever, right? But staying consistent, staying active is forever. And so yeah, I think it's just time that I put myself first.
Amazing. Yeah, and especially if you feel like you are feeling like you're battling your body, like it's like you can set yourself up with this lifestyle that's going to allow you to become so much more of your own ally.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing. I love it. All right, Robin, Corey, Lynn. Oh, assistance. She's like, help me.
Okay. Um, so my goals, there was an October bout, and I've never been able to play in a bout before. I'm told that I should be able to. So that is one of my primary goals, is to be able to do that, meet my minimums. Still haven't been able to nail all of those. So that's a huge one for me. My transitions, terrible. So I need to be able to get those up, so I can do those at speed. I want some clean stops as well, so that I have more control, and backwards crossovers. I'd really like to nail those as well.
Awesome.
So yeah, lots of goals. Primarily confidence though. I want my confidence to be up there, which I feel as though it is right now compared to where it was, but I know that there's so much further that I can go, to get rid of that imposter syndrome. So I feel like I'm somebody who's just kind of like hanging out with the Derby girls. I'm not actually a Derby girl. So I need to get rid of that imposter syndrome. And I know by improving all of those skills, I'll be able to do that. What do I need to accomplish that? Sorry, I'm reading this off of a receipt that I jotted down here. And also, I'm getting kicked out because they're closing. So after I'm done this, I'm going to have to walk to my car. So yeah, sorry.
All good.
Yeah. So I need consistency and accountability.
Right.
I need to set aside time for myself. As you can see, I do double duty a lot with a lot of things. My meal planning, that has been huge. I was the worst for hitting drive-throughs, for grabbing like shitty ass snacks, and not planning my meals, just kind of figuring it out as I go. And I was eating such garbage and drinking way too much. So throughout this challenge, I was able to reduce all of those things. And I want to keep that up because that helps fuel my body so that I have the energy and the mindset to do all of the other stuff. And why am I willing to fight for this? Because I fucking deserve it. I want to be a derby girl, and there's the only thing holding me back is me. So yeah, I'm gonna be 46 in a couple of weeks, and why not? Why can't I do it? And that's kind of where I'm at.
Amazing. I love it. Yes. And especially when you're working double duty, it's like you have to make yourself a priority. And sometimes it is having that accountability and support because it's like so many people are pulling at you from so many different directions. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Corey, Lynn, Robin.
Oh, you can mute me if you need to because I can't.
All right, there we go. Sorry, had to change locations again because I was getting eaten alive outside by the bug.
All good.
We're good now. What do I want to do in like 4 months? I would say, for my team, we're kind of lacking jammers right now, and I've been told I would be a really good blamer. I've done it a couple times. I can get through at practice and stuff, but as soon as I get in a game and at the jam line, I get in my head and I totally psych myself out. And then if I get a penalty, I'm so done. I'm just like, I let the team down, I let myself down. And then I have to like take a couple jams before I'm good to go back out and just play blocking. So I want to potentially jam more to be able to actually stay out of my head and be like, no, you can do this. You are strong. You are more agile and everything. You can get around these people. You just got to get out of your own head and do that. I also, like I said earlier, would like to make the provincial team because my team is kind of a casual derby league. Like we don't play very many games in the season. So I'm looking to play more competitively, whether that be joining another team or eventually playing for Team Ontario. But I know that I've done it with other sports before too, that I do have the drive and the ambition. It's just I have to get back on that track of where I was all those years ago. To accomplish these things, I just need to stay consistent like I have been. I've noticed so many changes just this past month alone. It's been great. My job also is very mentally and physically taxing. I work as a first responder. I have to carry people and stuff all the time. I have to be mentally okay to do these things. And just having the energy, even from all my nutrition to do that, helps tremendously. So I also have to show up for them to be able to pick them up and stuff like that. But I have to do it for me too. I still have to want to be there on a day-to-day basis and go to Derby as my physical release for everything I've dealt with the day. Health wise, I just got to learn to like just let that shit go. If I've had a bad day or I had like one bad meal because I just didn't have time to like grab something or I'm out of my healthy snacks I packed, it's okay. I just got to acknowledge it and work a little harder at the gym a little later on. So I know definitely doing all those things will help. I also can use fellow skaters, which some are in this group, to help keep me accountable for days that I do get in my head and try and talk myself out of it when they're like, no, like you're gonna make Team Ontario. We're gonna do this. Like let's go for a trail skate. Let's do this. Let's practice hitting. What do we gotta do? So having someone there to support me with that will help. And just take some days for me as well. I posted in Facebook that this week kind of got away from me and I was really frustrated with trying to get everything accomplished that I wanted to. I still did, but I found I was very rushed with everything and I didn't like it. So again, with the letting that shit go, it's okay. If I mess up, it's okay. Life happens. Um, and then I'll get there.
Yeah.
I
And just doing it a little better each time.
I'm willing to fight for it because one, I'm super competitive, but I want this for myself. It's kind of like they say, like roller derby really did save my soul. I was in such a dark place before I started this, and now I have like I play alongside some of the best humans out there, and I absolutely love the camaraderie that comes with it, as well as the sport itself. It makes me happy. It makes me feel strong. So if I just stay on top of eating properly and doing the workouts and managing my time better with my crazy schedule, then I know I will be able to accomplish all these things.
Awesome. Yeah, and just unleash, re-unleash that incredible like athletic version of yourself. I love it. Sweet. All right, let's go. Lynn, Robin, Tanya.
All right. So what do I want to create in my health and my derby game? With my health, I want to just keep making these incremental gains. Like one of the things I liked is that I was really able to do like small pieces and start putting them together and stacking them. And if I can just keep doing that and not make anything too radical, like I guess that's also kind of the second question, but like if I can keep doing that and not do anything that's just like not sustainable, like it needs to be sustainable for me. And in my derby game, like I'll tell anybody who listens about my ankle break last year. And I want to get back to being closer to fearless because I have a lot of fear wrapped up in my body right now. I've got a lot of tentativeness on the track, and I want to be able to just go for it. And part of that is just going to continue to get physically stronger by not having my practices be my only workouts, but adding in 1 or 2 a week that I can sustain, because I think that's my key word here. And then, yeah. So what do I need? I need sustainable habits. I need small pieces, and I need to go to my teammates when I need help with something and be like, hey, I need you to help pull me through this and, make me realize that I can do this, because I know my teammates will do that for me. And why am I willing to fight for this goal? This is the only body I have. This is the only life I have, and I know what it can do. And sometimes I don't enable it to be in the best place to do the things I know I'm capable of. And so I want to keep moving towards the best me I can be,
Amazing. Amazing. And doing it in a sustainable way, right? And understanding that like even with the injury, like that's going to be stacking. It's going to be little pieces of trust being built on top of each other. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Robin, Tanya, Bronte, Kelly.
Okay. I want to focus on my nutrition. I think is going to be my big one, which ultimately is going to improve my energy. And I'm like a really crappy sleeper. So I'm really hoping it improves my sleep. One of the other things is like I'm pushing 50. So I just want to like take care of my body and like I know like you start to hit certain ages, if you're not taking care of it, like you lose stuff quicker than you do when you're younger. So that's a big one for me. This group's been really good because I always say like, oh, I'm 50. I'm never going to play competitive derby. I'm never going to play higher level derby. Like it's not a big deal. And now I'm like, there's a lot of badass women in here pushing 50. So that's good to know. So I'm going to push harder on that and get that sentence out of my brain and not continue to say that. I'm coaching our freshie program starting in the fall, which I love because even though I have my minimums and my basics and all those kind of things, I feel like you can't practice those things too much. I feel like those are things that people learn and never circle back to improve on. And so I really wanted to like work with the freshies and practice those and get on top of those. I'm going to commit to a minimum of 2 practices a week. We only have 2 practices a week, but my coach lives across the street from me. And so we often go skate together and practice extra things. So at least 2 practices a week. I don't know. Support wise, we've been super lucky and somehow we landed with a lot of the ladies are in here tonight, but a big Ontario group in this run through of the things. So a lot of us have connected and hopefully going to be able to support each other through some stuff and maybe eventually get to touch base, play together, play against each other. Who knows? We'll see. And I want to fight for it because I don't fight for the things and I'm worth it. So I just want to like push through and do this and stop like not using my age, but always like, oh, it's fine. The younger girls will move up and I'll just be fine. And so I'm going to push through for those things. So yeah.
Yes, I love letting go of that limiting belief. There are so many amazing skaters in their like mid late 40s. It's like incredible. So I'm glad that you're Misty.
53.
Yeah, let's go. Where are you going this month, by the way?
Oh, by the way, I'll be in Italy next month for the World Roller Games, competing on Team USA.
That's right.
And I might not be world class, but I'm pushing to 55.
And a fucking badass. Amazing. All right, Tanya Bronte Kelly.
Okay, sorry, I was rushing around picking up kids. Perfect timing. I just walked in the house. Okay, I think I got all these questions right. I want to gain more confidence mentally, just so that I don't hold myself back on the track, because I think a lot of it is I know what I need to do, but I just don't think I can do it, or I just, I do everything to like hold myself back, and I don't. Sorry, kids. And so I just really need to like get in a good mental headspace to know that I can do it. I want to take a hit better. I want to give a hit better. I think a lot of times I will get scared to like give a full hit or to take a full hit. I'll kind of like run away from it a little bit. So just want to get mentally better at like, I can do it. I can take a hit. I can. I think in the next 4 months, I want to be able to just be better at all those things. And I think what I need to be able to get there is accountability, community accountability, I think is my biggest thing. Usually the only time I work out is in a class, because I'll look like a freaking idiot if I leave. So I have a hard time doing it at home, because then I'm like, well, I need to be accountable or I won't do it. So I think that's my biggest goal. And I want to do it because literally, I mean, in this hour, I think I've done something for each one of my 5 kids, and I've been doing this since I was a mom at 15, and I think I'm just ready to put myself first at 40. So for at least maybe an hour, just an hour a day. So that's what I'd like.
I love it. I love it. And then just have that physical confidence, just take that hit.
Yeah.
Amazing. Perfect. All right, Bronte Kelly.
So I think my biggest thing now over the next 4 months, now that I'm in like a better place with my physical fitness, I want to go back and focus on gameplay and strategy. So I posted this a bit in the group, so sorry if it's a bit repetitive, but I did play one season, but I played it only as a jammer. So now as I'm trying to do other things, I'm realizing, oh my gosh, I don't even know some of the basic rules, because all I was thinking about was like, go, find an open space, go, so things like reforming the pack and directionals, it's like that stuff is still kind of beyond me. And I just want to be like an overall well-rounded derby player and not just a jammer, because it doesn't really help my team out at all if that's all I can do, and then suddenly I have to block and they have to like throw me where they need me. So that's a big one over the next 4 months. And then I'm trying to run more so that my endurance gets better. And I'm trying to hit 5K in 30 minutes. And I'm so close. I'm at 31. So hopefully in the next 4 months, I'll get there. What do I need? I need to put in the work in big capital letters and underlined, because really it's up to me, right? It's not going to happen if I don't hold myself accountable. And that's why this challenge has been really great, because I have been holding myself accountable for 21 days. And that just gave me more confidence to think, yeah, I can be that person that works out every single day. I used to think that's not me, but that was me over 21 days and I can still do it. And then why am I willing to fight for this? Same as a lot of you, just it's overall confidence. I feel better when I stay fit and when I exercise. So overall confidence, and I want to feel strong, and I want to feel like I can call myself an athlete, because that still feels weird. I'm not quite there yet, but that's where I want to get to.
Yeah, and it comes with that doing it, showing up every day, showing up for yourself all the time, 100%. Awesome. I love it. All right, Kelly, bring us home.
All right, still all the pressure, I guess. All right, so for me, as you guys know, I'm super new to Derby as well. I'm from Nebraska. There's not even Derby where I'm from in the Panhandle. So when I moved out here to Connecticut and I started seeing things, I've always been a real big girl. I was well over 300 pounds 2 years ago. I lost 50 pounds, and I stuck at that 277 mark for a long time. I just got stuck. And then when I saw a Facebook post about a rookie class, I'm like, I want to do something because I was mentally just upset with myself and just how I'd let myself go for so long. I quit my career, moved out here. I'm going to school for occupational therapy. And this was a catalyst to get my butt back in gear, to start training specifically for something. And like I said, I've lost another 75 pounds since February, and it's really helped me because obviously there's no way I was going to get on my skates and go try a Derby rookie class knowing that I was just not capable. It was unsafe. So my health is important. Again, I admire everyone in their 50s. I'm 42 today. It is my birthday, and I had a big age thing too, where I'm like, can I get fit at 40? Can I lose this weight? Can I be in a contact sport again? I played rugby in college, and so I was like, this is a great mashup. I love to skate and I loved rugby. And I am proving to myself every day, you can do it. Like, you can do whatever you put your mind to. This really helped me really focus in because obviously I had a little head start with nutrition. You guys see my meal prep, and I've been doing that for a while now that helped me lose the weight. But the mindset, the recovery, the supplements, I wasn't looking at that stuff correctly for what we do in Derby. I resistance train 5 days a week, but was I putting the right amount of macro supplements for practice, increasing my calories? No, I did not. And I felt that. And I was just like, once I started Derby, I'm like, wow, I'm really tired all the time. I'm sore longer. I'm not able to produce my resistance training like I was. So these things gave me different aspects to look at. Now I'm changing that to focus it towards Derby to make it a good balance. So my ultimate goal is to make the rostered squad. I'm kind of fast tracking a little bit, I'll be honest, because I came in able to skate pretty well, but learning the skill. What I want to work on with the team is building that respect, because being a rookie that's moved up and already scrimmaged with the group that hadn't scrimmaged for a year yesterday, I wanted to be accepted and cheered to and not looked at as oh, this rookie, blah, blah, blah. And so I really worked to develop those relationships and put in the work at every practice because I feel like I have to prove something. And that's me because, I've come in so quickly and I want to be looked at as a teammate, and we're a team. It's not a me, it's not a you. So really just building that rapport.
Awesome.
What I need through this is obviously this program has really helped me. So I know going back to school, I start on Wednesday. I already signed up for the RDTC. It's kind of a way I can implement a few days a week and make that commitment to support myself, have exercises and things like that. Because I know that will help me. And then the reason I'm doing it is just, again, I wanted that feeling of being proud of me again. I have been feeling proud, but to go out to scrimmage last night, I was super proud of myself. And I really want to create, my ultimate goal is to get my nephews and nieces out here to watch about and let them see their aunt, even though she's 42, is still a badass and she can hit some people hard and take big hits. So that's really what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing this.
Amazing. Amazing. I love it. I love it. That's incredible. It's so cool, right? You want to be that role model for those little ones, whether it's on the track or off the track. I love it. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing. I really appreciate it. And it's so cool to listen to everybody's shares because it's you all are going in similar directions, but you all have these very unique ways that you're going. And so it's really important that you do this deeper digging, right? Because you have to have clarity. Because if you don't have clarity, then you don't get results because you're just well, there's a thing that I kind of like. And it's okay, but what is it by when? Right. And so what happens is a lot of people come to me and they're like, Krash, I don't have motivation. I'm just not motivated. But it's rarely that it's a lack of motivation that's preventing people from seeing results. It's usually a lack of clarity around what they actually want and then what's their actual next step to get there that has people feel demotivated because they don't know what their path is. Okay. And the thing that I think is cool is that all of the goals that you guys had in common, do you know what they have in common? Is that they need accountability, they need strategy, and they need mindset in order to really successfully reach your goals and to reach them fast and efficiently. Okay. Especially the mindset part, because the thing is like I said, I can give you an exact workout, but until we get the mindset down, until we understand different perspectives that we need around food, around exercise, around competition as an athlete, like it doesn't matter what I give you, you're still going to self-sabotage, you're still going to revert back to old ways. So it's important that continuing to have that kind of like help and accountability and strategy and mindset, that's how you guarantee success. That's how you 4 months from now are like, Crash, I fucking did it. Right. So when you have that continued support in all three of those areas, that's what stops you from sitting on the sidelines. That's what stops you from getting like passed over and over, like every single time there's a new draft. Okay. And that's, at the end of the day, I heard a lot of you guys say it. That's how you finally create an athlete lifestyle, right? Not just 21-day challenge that you kind of did. And I know you guys, a lot of you said it, you're tired of falling back on old habits and like starting over and giving up on yourself. And you've done that so many times before, right? Who's like, I've definitely done that before, where I've done a thing and then I stopped doing a thing and then I went back, right? And so I think one of the most common things I get at this point in the challenge is like, okay, so what do I do next? I have these goals. I know where I want to go, but it's like, do I need another challenge? Do you have a program? And I'm going to be honest with you guys on the call, like you don't need another challenge. Okay. It's not going to get you where you want to be. You need something at this point that's more individual so that it's inevitably when you hit the plateau that you can make the proper corrections. You can have the support to move past it so that you can actually get the roster time, so you can actually get more play time. So the next step for you guys as we close out the challenge is for you to sign up for a one-on-one call with Coach Pam to see if you're a good fit for our one-on-one crash course and transformation coaching program. What I'm going to do, I'll drop, Wendy, can you drop the link in the chat? I know a bunch of you guys have already scheduled a call with Pam, so you guys are good to go. I know I'll just preface it with saying, like, if you haven't scheduled a call, that's totally fine. The only people that I want scheduling call is someone who sat here today and you're like, all right, I've had enough of my old way of doing things. I'm sick of the habits that I created in the past, and I want to sustainably create an athlete lifestyle and like absolutely smash it through the rest of the season and come into next season absolutely slaying it, not just having this be another thing that you did. So if that's you, go ahead, take a couple seconds, tap on the link, sign up now. What we'll do on the call, we'll get super clear on your why. We're going to map out exactly what you're going to need to get to the next level goals that you guys talked about. And then we'll make sure that we look at, well, what are the things that could go wrong and have this not happen, right? Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you're getting the non-negotiable support that you really need to create this exact vision of your health and your derby game, okay? This is not something that we offer to everyone, 21-day challenge group, but the coaches and I do really feel that this group has stepped up and showed up. And especially for you guys that are here at the end, this is not something that's offered to everyone, but because you have finished this out so powerfully, this is something that we're extending to you guys. I will say we have 8 spots available this month. We have 4 of them filled already. Okay. So at this point, we have 4 spots left because we refuse to overfill our one-on-one roster. So if you want one of those 4 spots, you can click on the link and then we'll set up that time for you guys. Again, if you already have your call scheduled, then you're good to go. If you scheduled in advance, then let's say like the 4 spots get filled up and your call is like later this week or something, you will be put on a waiting list for September. So just make sure that like, if it's something that you want to do now, try to book it earlier in this week rather than later. But again, we will have a wait list for September, and September is right around the corner. So if you're like, oh, I can only do it on Friday, like that's okay. Or if you look in there and you don't see a time that works for you, just let your coach know and we'll find a time to that's not on the calendar to do that one-on-one. Okay. Let's see what else. So for those of you guys that are not going to move on with the program or you're not going to apply, that's totally fine. Again, I don't want you to come back like with regret 6 months from now and you're like, oh, I wasted so much time and energy and I don't know what to do. And then you're back at square one, but it's human nature. Okay. People procrastinate. It's the way it goes. But the thing is the program works. Okay. We have a 100% success rate with this program, and it will non-negotiably get you results that you want, because we have like, it's like we have it down to a science at this point. Okay. We're not just guessing at this point, right? You guys saw that over the 21 days. It's very systematically laid out. So to help you make the right decision, and if you do reserve that spot, you're not only going to get one-on-one strategy calls with your breakthrough coaches, you're going to get 100% money back guarantee with the program. Okay. So let's be honest, people hate change, but they hate losing more, right? So by default, a lot of times we fear making change because we're afraid of losing. So that's the cool thing about the way that we do the program, is that change is inevitable. Like, it's literally why you're hiring us, because then we can take the fear out of it with the guarantee. And I believe in this program so freaking much that if we follow it the way we lay it out to you and you do not get results by the end of it, I will refund your money right back to you. So you either see the results or I give you your money back. Okay. And so I just want you guys to take a second, and we'll just go ahead and wrap things up. But just really quick before we do, I just want you to close your eyes and picture a day where you can go to the grocery store and not wonder what to buy that's going to make your body feel good. You know exactly what to eat to feel energized on the track. Picture yourself with like strength and confidence, and it just feels so unshakable because you've been putting in the effort with your workouts. You've been putting in the effort with your mindset. Picture a day when your teammate comes up to you and they're like, damn, you were on fire at practice today, right? Can you feel that? Like, picture how it'll feel how incredible you're going to feel when not just your derby game, but your whole life is full of confidence. Your whole life is fun. You have power on the track. You have power off the track. You are literally 4 months away from achieving that. Okay. You can open your eyes. So if you're looking for that kind of success, you can go ahead, click the link. We'll set up a time for a call this week. And again, if you already have a call, you're good to go. Now, if for some reason either we decide it's not a good fit to move you forward, or if you choose not to move forward, you do lose access to the challenge site and the Facebook community. Okay, because we do these challenges, and the goal is do the challenge inside the challenge and then move on. So if you are accepted into the 4-month Crash Course and Transformation Program, you are going to get access to the KCIT Next Level membership program, as well as our KCIT Facebook group. And then also we have a fitness app that we use where we customize all of your workouts based on your specific goals. So no more 100 burpees for time, thank God. You'll also be getting one-on-one accountability with your coaches. We do things like skill and footage reviews. So if there's skills you're working on, you could submit footage. And we'll help you with body mechanics. If you have scrimmage footage, we can help you with strategy. But we're also going to be hyper focused in the membership site on mindset, on really developing the athlete mindset, developing the habits around the mindset. Okay, so I will leave you with this. I do get how it feels to start and stop and start and stop and start and stop. This was me for a really long time. Whether it was through Derby or just my health and fitness in general. I was a smoker, drinker, fast food eating, unhealthy bartender. And that was like 18 years ago, which is crazy. I started playing roller derby 18 freaking years ago. And I found this sport and I knew I wanted to be better at this sport. Like, can you guys relate to that? Like, I just fucking love it. But the thing is I didn't know how to eat. I was eating McDonald's for breakfast. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know how to be an athlete. And I was one of those people, like, I was really nervous about like asking other people for help, right? And plus, in those days, no one even knew how to train for roller derby, let alone how to develop your mindset for roller derby. So it took me this decade of trial and error and figuring it out on my own. And like, it took me a while to figure out and understand the exact system of what it meant to really be an athlete, train for roller derby as an athlete. And I do not wish a decade of figuring this out on anyone, because it's very lonely. And it's very frustrating, and you have to be so fucking committed because there's no one else there to tell you how to do it. Okay. And this is 100% why I made this program. And it's 100% why I have dedicated the rest of my life to helping skaters get better at roller derby. And I have had the honor of helping over 500 athletes level up their game using this exact program. So like I said, we know what we're doing. We know how to like systematically get you there. So don't waste the next 10 years figuring this out. Okay. And thinking that you have to do things on your own. Because especially as women, we're very used to like, oh, I have to do everything on my own and do everything for everyone else, right? So this is the time to kind of like put that pride aside and like reach out for help and actually make yourself your first priority for once. Okay. This is the time to basically like hire an expert to do it for you, right? So that you can just sit there and execute the way that you did in the 21-day challenge. So before we hop off, I want to make sure every single one of you guys, you have a chance to sign up for a call. If not, go ahead and click the link now and do that, because after this call, that will disappear. For those of you guys watching the recording, you'll have 24 hours to ask your coach for that link. Quick note on the calls for those of you guys that are signing up. It'll be about 45 minutes. Just find yourself like a quiet place to be that you're uninterrupted. If there's anyone else that needs to be on that call that's like a decision maker with you, like financially, whether that's a parent, a significant other, you know, a partner, whatever, then please have them join you so that they can understand what they're supporting you in. If you're an independent woman, you don't need no man. We're here for that too. And then the last thing, and then I'll stay on for questions after if anyone has questions after. We are announcing the challenge winners tomorrow. So if you have not for any reason submitted your submissions, please do those tonight. And then we will be announcing those tomorrow at, hang on, I have the time in my phone. We'll be announcing it,
I think.
Yep. 3:30 Pacific, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. So we'll be announcing that tomorrow. And we are just so freaking proud of every single one of you guys. Seriously, congrats, like, for just finishing all the way to the end of this challenge and putting everything that you have in, whether you're watching this live with me right now or whether you're watching the recording. This is like, I know I speak for myself and Wendy and Missy when I say that we are just so fueled by your passion and your excitement to be better. And we're so honored to get to be a part of that. So thank you for playing so full out for these last couple of weeks. And we are just excited to pick up right where we left off. And then a year from now, just have you being like, holy shit, this is beyond what you've ever even could have imagined. So I love you guys. Congratulations. Feel free to hop off. If anyone has questions, feel free. We can stay on for a little bit. Otherwise, you are set free into the world. Congratulations, you guys. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. And then I'll check and see if there's any questions. You can pop them into